All right, welcome back to another video. This is probably going to end up becoming a rant, but bear with me, and I want you guys to hear me out, and I really want to have a discussion in the comments section. But when I say let's make technology great again, I'm talking let's go back probably at least 2013, 2014, back when the Samsung Galaxy Note was the device. So if you guys have been following me, or if you just want to take a look back at the phones that I've had over several years, I believe one of my first videos was even based on the Galaxy Note, the original Note. And to me, the Note was the best piece of technology that really got me into wanting to review phones, tablets, just any device, really. It was the Galaxy Note 4 that came out in 2014. And actually, let's see here if we can go. I'm going to try to bring up the specs and give you guys a little more context. The Note 4 to me was the height of technology. So there's a picture of the Note 4 in case you guys forgot. Look at the wide body of the Note. It was a 16:9 aspect ratio. Yeah, we only had 3 gigs of RAM, but a 16 megapixel camera. We had a decent sized battery, 5.7 inch screen. So this is unheard of for way back in 2014. So those were future proofed specs. It had the tremendous KitKat. As far as the OS, that's what it was running originally. And I remember when I had my Note 4, it received an update, a Lollipop update that completely changed the device. And it was kind of terrible after that. And they forced you to do that update. It killed my battery life because my battery life was great. I really enjoyed so many things about that device. We had the removable battery. Remember that, where you could kind of pop the back off? It had like a faux leather back, but you can just pop different batteries in and out. So if you had a spare battery that was full and ready to go, you just pop out the one that was dying, put the new one in. It had a thicker S Pen. It had like a little groove right here where you could just pull the S Pen out. It was a little bit thicker, as you guys saw in the picture. It had little grooves on it. Much easier to use the S Pen. It was a flat panel, so it was easier to write. Now look at this. This is the Note 20 Ultra. This is the last of the Mohicans right here. This was the last iteration of the Note. Is not coming back anymore. But look, we had the rounded edges, which it looks nice, but as far as functionality, you get accidental touches. You can't really write to the edge of the screen with your S Pen. They moved the S Pen over to the left instead of where it used to be, where it belonged. So there's just so many things that I wish we could just go back to that we had way back in 2014. The Note 4 had an IR blaster. We haven't seen an IR blaster on a Samsung device since the Note 4. So you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't recall another device from Samsung that had the IR blaster. The Note 4 had the home button. Remember that? There was nothing wrong with the home button. I remember it was the first time they tried to put the fingerprint reader in the home button and you had to kind of swipe down. So that was kind of annoying. So you could still do your pattern, your pin or the pattern. But at least they tried. I mean, they tried to put that fingerprint reader in there, but they got rid of the home button. It had plenty of accessories that were available. You could get extra back panels that doubled as a case that had the flap that came across. And it was just, the case even came with functionality where you had the little window right here at the top so you can see your notifications. Expandable storage. I know a lot of the newer devices, this Note 20 Ultra still had the expandable storage slot, but they took away more memory from this one because the Note 10 Plus had 256 gigs of memory starting out. and then they dropped that down to 128 for this one. There was just so much that the Note 4 brought to the table that had me excited about technology. The good old days where it came with earbuds, even though they weren't the best, it still came with buds. It still came with the power adapter, along with the cable, along with extra S Pen tips. So there was just, it was more of a presentation. This thing here, a nice phone, right? So there's things about this Note 20 Ultra that I would want to have seen added on to the Note 4's body and aspect ratio, if you will. This, I don't know if this is a 20 or 21:9, whatever it is. Go back to the 16:9. Give us the 120 hertz refresh rate for the screen. Give us the updated Snapdragon, whatever. Give us the 12 gigs of RAM, the 256 for storage with expandable storage. Heck, go away from the IP rating. I would trade the IP rating for a removable battery. Or at least give us faster charging. The Chinese phones are crushing it with faster charging speeds. And I know the Note 7 exploded and Samsung has been hesitant to give us a better battery charging speed. But come on, man. We're 2023 now, getting ready to go into 2024. I just watched the Apple keynote. Apple needs to go back to the drawing board. It was a snooze fest. There was nothing special, at least to me, my personal opinion, about the newer iPhone. Like, I didn't see what the great appeal was. An action button? Like, that's where we are with technology, is an action button being added. I like the little silent toggle on the iPhone. But anyway, I want to keep it about Samsung. Samsung, I'm begging you to just go back and look at blueprints. So look where you were headed. The Note 4, the year the Note 4 released, they also released the Note Edge. And I'm always going to remind people that it wasn't Apple that had the first $1,000 phone. It was Samsung. The Note Edge was $1,000 through AT&T. I remember because I was debating on getting the Note 4 or the Note Edge. And the only thing the Note Edge did is it brought that little extra sharp edge on the side here, and it had like a ticker, which would have been cool, you know, for games like updates on scores and things like that for sports. But outside of that, it was meh. The Note 4 was better. So I'm not really sure where we're headed. I know they're done with the Note lineup, which to me is bogus. I wish they would just give us a folding Note, branded the Note. Get rid of the Z Fold, make it the Note Fold or something. Give us the S Pen that goes into the phone itself. Give us the flat screen so we could actually take good notes again. And give us expandable storage. I don't know, is that too much to ask? You guys tell me. Okay, I guess I'm done ranting. RIP to the Note lineup and those that love the Galaxy Note like myself. I just want something that gets me excited again for phones. You guys let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comments. Peace.